Welcome to Cultura Latina. This week we'll make a swing to the colorful Pantomime Festival in Mexico City. And also we'll treat you to a cultural celebration of the discovery of an ancient civilization in Peru. Latin America keeps revealing ancient civilizations. This time, Peru is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the discovery of the Caral traditions, with rituals that allow locals and foreigners to connect to one of the oldest civilizations in the continent. Take a look.
We are celebrating another anniversary of this Caral project, trying to value this 1,000-year-old tradition that is very important for many reasons. It is one of the oldest civilizations. This means that it's a tradition, what our grandparents called bacarinas, or where it all started, where our people began.
The works that we have been doing in Caral for 20 years show its importance as the oldest culture and civilization in America, and the focal point of culture in the Andean world. Through the different manifestations of its culture, Caral not only redefines history in terms of time, but also in terms of social development. It achieved a high level of knowledge in hydraulics, architecture, and social organization, which was the basis for its society. It was a highly developed society that did not need war to establish its position in a territory. Caral did not have a warrior society. It was a society mainly associated with ceremonies and festivals.
One of the most important discoveries is that the people of Caral, and it's scientifically proven, were not violent. They started with peace, with harmony, respect for coexistence, and with the highest value that the Andean world holds dear, community.
There were specialized people as a result of surplus production. There were those dedicated to religion, to organizing, and governing. The roles of governance were not exclusive to males. Women were also leaders. Therefore, it was a society with power sharing between men and women.
The ceremonies that involve going back to the land have left a legacy. There are many traditions and many ways to do it. What we have shared today is a design that is composed of many traditions from the Andes and the Amazon. I'm an archaeologist, and my career has allowed me to investigate the majesty of our tradition, and I feel deeply committed to honour its ancient history.
Por el amor del universo, que nos hermana a todos, que nos hace familia, que nos hace sentir un solo ser.
With the inspiration to reinvent the concept of clowns and directioning their work for a social change, the best performers of the genre got together for the 5th time in the Pantomime Festival of Mexico City. Come see.
The Pantomime Festival brings together circus arts and related artistic expressions.
El Festival de Pantomime Pantomima. Es un festival que reúne a los elencos artísticos encausados como a las artes circenses, encausados a la pantomima, el circo.
Los payasos que reconocemos aquí en México, que son los payasos de fiesta infantil.
We think of clowns here in Mexico as those for children's parties. Well, yes, they are very grotesque, with much more makeup, colors, typical clown shoes, and often they use humor that harms instead of helps. They hone in on someone there and start to ridicule them to draw an audience. It's torture. It's cruel.
Tomar a alguien ahí y empezar a ridiculizarlo para provocar que el público se ría, pues es una tortura, es una crueldad.
For me, clowning is serious business. And I think being a clown with the nose or without the nose, I think what matters is the person who does this has heart and uses their head.
Creo que lo que importa es la persona que hace esto con el corazón y con la cabeza.
The person who taught me to respect the traffic light. I started juggling at traffic lights, and they taught me that that is your stage. People won't give handouts, and that's not what we want anyway. We want to win them over with a good show in 1 minute.
For me, it is a moment that lasts the entire act. For those 5 to 8 minutes, you do not remember God or the devil, your debts or disease. It is a time when you can relax.
Ni de Dios, ni del diablo, ni de las deudas, ni de la enfermedad, ¿no? Es un momento en que te puedes relajar.
They can connect when they see a clown with a smile, since much of society lives in an oppressive system.
Ya que mucha parte de la sociedad vive como en un sistema opresor, digamos.
La risa.
Laughter for us is an engine of social change and also a moment of reflection, but it's also about sharing.
Pero también es como esta parte de compartir, ¿no?
And so you can give them a moment that they enjoy. They leave behind those everyday things, which I think is very important.
Disfruten y que salgan de esa cosa cotidiana me parece muy importante.
The public does not know if something bad is going to happen, and that's what gives it life. Different to what you find in a traditional theater, which is very cold with the public. It doesn't break the fourth wall. There's no interaction with the public, which is what I think it's all about.
Y no existe esa interacción con el público, que me parece que es lo, pues que de eso se trata.
The interaction I had with the clowns, it was something. I felt very nervous and also a lot of emotion. When I was young, I had a lot of contact with clowns, and it's different when you're grown up. It is very different.
We can share with laughter. With laughter we bring people together, and that allows us to meet new people, allows us to have a much higher standard of living. It's a public health issue.
Conocer a mucha gente, nos permite tener un nivel de vida mucho más alto.
Art in general, whether it be cinema, photography, painting, is the means to reach out to society.
Generally, stage performances cause us greater projection, greater emotions for things than, say, the television.
Sentimiento hacia las cosas que una proyección por televisión.
La televisión creo que atrofia, ¿no? Los cerebros.
I think television makes our brains atrophy. It sends many messages against clowns. If you do not study, you're going to end up being a clown. To be a clown, you have to study hard. You never stop learning.
The media, and especially television, well, that's a separate story. They are very harmful to society.
Aparte, ¿no? Muy nocivo para la sociedad.
I think there are many people who we can reach with this information, as much as with this media which you are using, and for me the stage. I think we can leave them a message.
What we're really focusing on is the reconstruction of social fabric. We are committed to the innovation of the shows. We are committed to restoring public spaces so that we can make that social fabric a communal one.
finalmente la cultura va a hacer que cualquier país florezca.
Finally, culture is what makes any country flourish, and it shatters morbidity, paradigms.
Paradigmas.
El espectáculo es la metamorfosis del hombre. El payaso es el mentiroso que siempre dice la verdad. Ser payaso es cosa seria. Los personajes. Los personajes escapan de los libros y buscan al autor. El hombre. Sí, el hombre escapa de la vida. Enfrenta a sus dioses. El payaso. Sí, el payaso. El payaso enfrenta al empresario. Escapa de la pista y va en búsqueda de sus estrellas.
Thanks for watching. Next week we'll have one of the tasty first specials on the traditional flavors of Latin America. See you then.